Hey there, Soul Shines, it's Michelle, and today it's another Creative Expressions video. I have been taking notes so we know what to talk about today, and I'm going to get off this video and I'm going to start my page for next time so that if I finish something, I can remember to write it down and mention it or show you depending on the thing. That kind of thing. I have this little sticker book. I'm not sure. I know it's from Walmart. I'm not sure if it's a more recent acquisition or one I've had for a while. But it's got a page of just like round stickers. I'm going to use one of these to remind me where to look at. I found out with my last video that if I look at the camera, I look like I'm looking above you. If I look about right here, then I look like I'm looking at you. So this is the sticker. Isn't that so stinking cute? And I'm going to stick it on my tripod right here. Hopefully, sorry, that wiggles. Hopefully that reminds me of where to look at. If I'm just like, oh, look at you guys looking at me with your glasses and eyelashes. And I apologize. It's still kind of morning, and it's been hard to sleep at night. Partly weather, partly just everything, you know, life sometimes happens that way. And it's an allergy season, so my voice right now is not my favorite thing. The first thing we're going to talk about is a slight change in my name. Now my name Michelle, that's not changing. I kind of wish my last name would change, but that's another story. What it is so I have another channel called Soul Magical Michelle, which I actually am thinking of changing it to be the name of my business. I have a healing, guiding, coaching, I don't know, it's kind of a healing business, emotional healing, mindset healing, that kind of thing. So I have a channel for that I'm not as consistent as I want to be. I'm much more interested in creating content for this channel. That's just where I'm at in my life right now. But a part of that is when I created my channel here, I was like, oh, I'm just going to use my same channel name, but just kind of change it. So my channel name over there has been Soul Magical Michelle. It's changing to Soul Shine Live. And every time I say Soul Magical Michelle, I'm like, I need to say Soul Magical Michelle. So I've changed it. So I've separated the Soul Magical Michelle out into 3 words. I've taken off the soul and changed it to so. And so now my channel name is Soul Magical Michelle Creates, and I don't know, it feels lighter to me to have that name, so I'm really excited about it. I did change my name on Instagram from Soul Magical to Michelle. Yeah. Changed it from Soul Magical Michelle to So Magical Michelle. On Ravelry, I don't use Ravelry as much. I am in the Crazy Sock Lady Summer Sock Camp forum I am really bad at keeping up in there. Not just even on the forum, but like posting things. So I haven't really figured out how to do much there, and it's not really a platform I use a lot. I think the people that use it more have been on Ravelry for years, and I haven't. Like, I think it said that I started in November of 2020. It's just not, it was probably when I put my first pattern for sale on Etsy. It didn't work out for me to sell it on Ravelry. I know now what to do to fix that. My Ravelry name, it has been Magical Michelle the whole time. So, name changes, done. The other thing I was going to jump to that's later on my list, but I'm going to do it now. Like, wait, do I even have it on my list? Oh yeah, I do have it on my list, but I'm going to do it now. I am seriously thinking about creating another YouTube channel. I know, what am I doing? I already spend so much time editing on this, and we'll talk more about some of the editing challenges later in the video when we actually get to it on the list. But the other thing that I am doing, I sometimes I watch cleaning channels, like they're tidying up, they're minimalist, they're decluttering, whatever it is, and I found one that actually, she was a hoarder, and I was watching her a little bit as she was going through her stuff. But most people, I watched them and I was like, oh, that's all fine and dandy, but that's not my life right now. So my life right now is I have knee problems. Like, just even this morning, walking around the house, it just hurts so bad. I have all for gosh, most of my adult life had things like adrenal fatigue and other things where I just wake up and I'm just in pain. I don't know, I never know from day to day how I'm going to feel. And so it makes it hard. I'm actually shooting this video on Friday, and I really wanted to shoot it on Thursday, but I just didn't have the motivation to do pretty much anything. I did knitting, and that was it. For the most part for the day. I mean, I did a couple other things, but I don't know. And I'm a single mom. My mom passed away 2.5 years ago. We were living with her, so just threw our whole family into a whirlwind. We're starting to come out of that, as is very common, 1.5 2 years after major things. And it happened right in the middle of COVID. My mom passed on April 20th. The world shut down a month before that. And we had so many other things, both personal things and worldwide things and local things, like the earthquake, like so many things that happened in such a short period of time, starting with when I broke my knee in November 2019. And it's just one thing after another, one thing after another. And as a single mom who, I have so many reasons why I can't go out and work a job, and my house is overwhelming me, my life is overwhelming me, which is probably why I spend so much time knitting, is because it's like kind of easy to just be like, I don't care, I'm just gonna knit, or I'm just gonna crochet, or I think that's part of why I have gone so hardcore into this knitting thing. But it doesn't matter. So I want to have a channel where I address that kind of thing for people, where I say, this is the crap my mom left me with, because my mom was a hoarder. And this is what I have to go through. And going through her stuff, all the emotions that you have to deal with, how gross some of the things have had to be. It's been a hard journey, and so I feel like if I make another channel, number one, I give people somebody they can relate to, because I love those videos, but I can't always relate to them, and sometimes come away feeling like I should be doing better. So I'm hoping that having somebody to relate to and making videos will help keep me motivated, so I'm really considering making another channel. Other things, life updates. Do I have anything? I did not write down life updates. I've been tracking my moods. That's been really interesting. Trying to listen more about when to do things, and do I have the energy to do this now? Or will I have the energy to do it later? Is this just one of those things that I have to do whether I have energy or not? That kind of thing. Been taking my kids to work. They work a half hour away. Gas prices, I saw them yesterday, over $5 now here in Utah. I'm not sure if my kids are going to be able to keep working, because I drive them a half hour. I'm not sure how many miles that is. I don't want to look it up. Okay. So I drive a half hour out there, drive a half hour back. They work about 4-hour shifts. So then I turn around and drive out there and drive back. So that's 2 hours of my day time-wise taken for this. Plus the price of gas, and it's like $400 a month to take them out there. So I'm not sure what's going on. I've tried. It's just too hot to go and hang out in a park for 4 hours. There are things that I can do sometimes, not always. It's just, it's a major inconvenience, and I'm just like, you know what? Can we just get them jobs closer to home? A neighbor owns, he's a co-owner of it, and so he helped get them the jobs. And my one daughter, she'll be 15 in July, so for her to have a job at 14 is kind of cool, because that's a little harder to get. So we'll see. We'll see if they stay out there. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to my finished objects. I have written down 3. So let's talk about these first. Oh my gosh, I have not put them on the Ravelry group for Crazy Sock Lady yet. I will be doing that probably this weekend sometime. I don't know. My first priority will be editing this video and getting it ready for publication Monday morning. So we'll see if I get on Ravelry to post them on there. But I finished my socks for my granddaughter. The Adel socks. My granddaughter's name is Edelweiss, like the flower, and it's so pretty. But these are just so fun. So let me tell you about, okay, what I did was a 3x1 ribbing, which means knit 3, purl 1 across. Obviously the bottom of the sock is stockinette, which means it just looks like knit the whole way. I did fish lip heels. I do my socks. I usually do my socks toe up, so I did a toe up sock. I did it so it's a little bit rounder before it goes down into the ankle. And I'm just really excited for her to get these. Her birthday is July 9th, so we're getting there. Do I have glasses close by? Yeah, I do. Okay, so the yarn, I have the sleeve for the yarn. Yay. It is Yarn Bee Cozy Toes, and these balls are 210 yards or 50 grams, so it's a 50-gram ball. Got it from Hobby Lobby. It's 93% acrylic and 7% polyester. Super cute self-striping. Somebody on the Ravelry finished sock thing for the summer camp had some adult size socks, and it was just really cool to see how these kind of end up with these like little, I'm going the wrong way for it because I'm looking at this side. These little, like, it's like stripes that go on an angle is the way it kind of looks like with the way that this pulls, right? And it looks more like little polka dots. Well, you can kind of see it here on the thing. It looks more like polka dots on the big socks. So it's really fun to see how the socks react differently. So I'm really excited about those. Really excited. They're for her birthday. Okay, so let's talk about the gnome. Okay, I'm going to put a picture up because this is something I quickly made right after my last Creative Expressions video. It's a gnome for my daughter to take and give to her secret sister at her 3-day girls camp. Apparently it was a well-loved gnome. This gnome, I did not do a beard, I did braids instead, so that was kind of fun. It's loosely based on the Imagine Landscapes gnome pattern, Natasha. I did like different amounts between, so the hat's not quite as tall and skinny and things like that. I think I actually went down another set of before I did the bottom, things like that. So it's basically a Natasha with the other nose from the other pattern. I can't remember the name of the other pattern. So super cute, super fun. It was well loved, and I actually really enjoy making the gnomes. And it only takes, 2 to 4 hours. Like, they don't take very long to make. And that's really fun. Fun little extra project. Okay. And then the other thing I did is, if you've been listening to any of my videos, you know that my kids have, I got distracted. My kids have a Pioneer reenactment type truck thing that they're doing with our church group in August. And for that, they need Pioneer type clothes. It's kind of loose. They can just wear a button-up shirt if they want. The girls are expected to wear skirts. Some people go full out. Some people don't. So this was a regular button-down shirt. And I followed a tutorial. I've seen a couple of them. I don't know where the original is. You cut off the top of the thing. Let me pull this one. So you would cut off the collar on a shirt, and then you kind of cut a thing across right below, probably about the third button down from the top, not counting the very top, but you kind of right below. Okay, right below here. So you've got the top button, then you got 1, 2, 3, and you cut it right there, and then you take the buttonhole side and the button side, and I took the buttons off. They didn't say to take the buttons off, but you put those two right sides together, so you kind of turn it in on itself, and then you sew that so it becomes a seam. As you can see right here, there's a seam down the middle. Well, maybe you could see it if I was holding it the right way. Okay, there's a seam down the middle here, right underneath, and then you do some finagling to kind of sew that off and fold that under, and so it kind of looks pioneerish. I have to say, just like doing the bottom part is cool, but just taking off the top, all of a sudden it has the resemblance of pioneerish. I remember when my oldest son went, my mom actually made him from a pattern a Pioneer shirt, and that's really cool. And I've made my daughter pirate shirts just using like squares. I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything to this shirt. These are just shirts I bought from the thrift store. All of the ones for my son are 100% cotton. For my daughter, however, I feel so blessed. Let me grab these. Okay. So this pink one, which is super wrinkly, but that's just how it's going to be. I'm actually going to take and cut off the color with this and make it look pioneery. But this one here, I was excited to find this. This is, how much, what's percentages? They never know which tag it's going to be on, right? It's 55% linen and 45% cotton. So I was really excited to find a linen cotton blend for her to wear to camp, because I know that trek, it's kind of like a trek camp. You camp out overnight for 3 days. So I'm excited for her to have this that's a linen and cotton to wear. This one here, it feels so nice. Oh, it feels so nice. And it feels so cool to the touch. This one actually is got no cotton in it. I don't remember having cotton in it. Yeah, 100% tensile lyocell. And I have learned, thanks to yarn, that tensile lyocell is made from trees, and it feels like it's been made from bamboo. Like if you've used bamboo yarn, it feels like that, but it feels so cool. And I'm excited for this one because I feel like this might actually be the one that keeps her the coolest this summer when she goes to truck. And then this one here is 100% cotton. So we'll see. She'll have to report back to me on how the 3 different fabrics went. I'm excited. Okay, so that's kind of it for my finished projects. I'm going to talk more about what we're doing for the Pioneer truck so that we don't forget. So she has one skirt that was my daughter's. I just needed to fix the waistband so it wasn't as tight on her, or I mean, wasn't as loose. My daughter wasn't quite as skinny as my second daughter, my oldest daughter. I have 2 daughters. So I have been working on this skirt. We just did an elastic band. The elastics are short enough that she can tighten it or loosen it, and we just have a ribbon cut type thing. It's like more of a tape, but we have that. I just did that one. I figure it's easier. It's got one stretch of panel here. I did 1.5 times her waist for around here, and then 1.5 times this section for a strip at the bottom. Here's what I did. I realized it was going to be way long on her, so I only sewed from this top section and fixed the waistband. So I still need to sew this bottom section, but I needed to put it on her and have her wear it because I didn't do my measures very well, and cut off a strip at the bottom. So now I need to finish sewing this section right here together so it comes down together, and then do a hem on the bottom, and that will be done. It's super easy, and it would be done except for I'm like, I don't feel like using my sewing machine. There's nothing in me that is getting me to pull out my sewing machine and use my sewing machine. So I've been doing it by hand, which is very satisfying, but also kind of slow. So I've been doing the whole thing by hand, and I will finish it by hand. So this is, I just need to make myself do this too, probably the beginning of next week after this video is edited. The other things that I need to make for her, as I was trying to say before, the dog so kindly, he wasn't rude, he interrupted me. The other thing that I need to make her an apron, and I have, what's it called? I have muslin. I have plenty of muslin. I don't even have to buy anything for it. I have muslin. I'm gonna make it. Oh, this is being made from a sheet, like a bed sheet that I got from a thrift store. So there's that. There is more of this orange that I'm actually gonna use to make her bonnet. I think that's probably going to be the next thing I make because it's going to take a little bit more. I know I saw a pattern, or not a pattern. Most of them was like buy a pattern. And there's one website I found. I wonder if I can find it really quick on my phone. See, my phone, I have all of these all those circles above the phone. You know, you have the phone line here. All of those circles are websites that I've kind of pinned there for the different things I'm working on, and I don't know which one's which, so I'm not going to open them all just to find the bonnet tutorial. But it was one where they actually showed you how to make it without a pattern at all. There was just certain things that you did. So I had to look that up, and I will do that. I will finish the skirt, and that will be my next project for her. So I'm excited about that. Bonnet, apron, and I need to make her another skirt. If nothing, I have acquired this sheet. My daughter doesn't like top sheets, so somebody gave her a sheet set for Christmas, and so here's the top sheet from it. It's like a really, really light lavender. If nothing else, I will make her another skirt from this, but I'm hoping I have a color that would be more would be better for Trek, so we'll see. Because I think I have a sheet in that color, maybe a blue color, which she would love if I had a blue one. Her favorite color is royal blue. Okay, so let's talk acquisitions. Now, this one's kind of a silly acquisition. I went to the dollar store and my daughter was like, oh my gosh, look at these little trash cans and recycle cans that they had at the Dollar Tree. They're so cute. So, and this one here, I have been, as I've cut off ends of my yarn, I've been putting them here. If I cut off scraps, I'll put them here because this is the recycle one. And I can put these back over here. What I can do is, if nothing else, while I'm stuffing like a gnome or something, I could put yarn scraps and fabric scraps in as stuffing. So I'm like, no, I'm going to start like recycling the scraps, not just throwing them away. But there are other things that I'm working that do need to be thrown away. And I kind of like the idea of having a little trash can close by me while I'm working. So I've got those that I got at the Dollar Tree. They were kind of a silly one. Another thing that I got was DPNs. I got the little ChowGoo DPNs in the 2.5 millimeters because that's the size that I use for my socks so far. And I haven't tried them as actually using them as DPNs, but I have used them kind of to help me with maybe I need to slip off a section, or maybe I will use them when I work the heel on a sock or something like that. So I haven't used them yet, but I have bought them. The other acquisition that I got, well, first of all, I have a yarn haul video that I recorded the video, and for whatever reason, I have not brought myself to edit it. I think I have some guilt. Like, I bought some yarn that I don't feel like I kind of feel guilty about because it was like a splurge yarn. Or maybe I just felt like I splurged altogether and I didn't have a right to splurge or something. I'm not really quite sure, but I have been putting off sharing that one. So I will be, that's going to be a priority, get that edited and up for you guys so you can see what yarn I got. Some of it is yarn for commission projects and some of it is yarn for me because yarn. So I have that also. And the other thing I did is at our local thrift store, I was looking at their bags because I have been using gift bags to put my different things in, and which is fine. But and I have also used like grocery sacks before and stuff, and I hate using grocery sacks actually. I don't mind using this because my yarn can sit in it and I can pull it out. It's not too noisy if I'm traveling somewhere. Whatever, it would take a smaller one with socks to sit when we went to like the Social Security Administration, had to sit forever, things like that. But I've wanted project bags of some kind, and I didn't want to make them because, you know, I haven't been wanting to pull out my sewing machine, and I don't want to hand sew a bag when I have all the other things to sew. So I have been buying project bags. This bag here, I did not get at our thrift store. This bag, when I got, and I will show it to you. I think it's really pretty. When it's came with like an accessory pack for my planner. So here's my planner. Oh, hey, check this out. My daughter drew that for me. Isn't that so stinking cute? I have a YouTube planner. I never had one before because for my other channel, I really didn't do anything with it. And this time I'm like, okay, we got to plan out. We've got this video to do and this video to do and this video to do. And you need like a schedule. Like you need to film and edit and like have checklists for yourself. I filmed, I edited, I did this. It's really cool. It's really cool. I now understand why so many creators use a planner. Anyway, so I got this one, which has a set of socks in it, and that was not a thrift store purchase. So this one, I'm really excited about it. Yes, it's a snowman, but it's just like one of the small, like, grocery sack kind of things. And it's, you know, it's like sturdier. It's kind of got the plasticky thing on it. This one here, I have gone through multiple sacks for this purpose. I have in here baggies, like the quart-size bags, that I have written what size it is. So this is a 10 millimeter. Honestly, with knitting needles, I mostly look at the millimeter size. I don't really look at, it's a US 1, a US 15, whatever. I don't look at this. So I have bags in here with all of my things. And they have my circulars in it, and then my mom had these DPNs that I put in here, and then I have my little things. I got this one because crochet hooks, I couldn't send through the circles, so I can put the crochet hooks here to see if what size they are. Especially helpful for Afghan crochet hooks. And then this one has the things, but I have both of those in here. This is kind of my little knitting needle carrier case thing. The only thing I don't have in here is the really long needles. So that's pretty cool. While we're at it, so I also have a shoebox holding a bunch of stuff. It has my things that I put in my gnomes, an extra, this is elastic thread because I crochet so many socks with cotton. I've got this. This is what I wanted to show you. My son spent 2 years in the Philippines, and he came home with this, and I'm like, what am I supposed to use it for? It's really cool. So this is actually where I put my crochet hooks. So that's really cool. I would show you that while I'm at it. If you watch any of my tutorials, you'll recognize this ball of yarn. I have one of these. It's got all of the light bulb safety pin stitch markers. I've got a baggie in here with just a bunch of notions. I have my handy dandy wind up tool, and I have a tape measure. And I just thought I'd show you that, mostly because I wanted to show you this. It's really cool. Side note, if you've ever done Cass's Clutterbug quiz, do you know which kind of clutterbug you are? I actually am a cricket. You would not know it looking at my house, but I am. I think I've also acquired a nightstand. Maybe I talked about it last time. I'm not sure. I had been kind of looking, and I was like, you know, it would be kind of nice if I had some kind of a thing where I could put yarn in and close it. Because I needed more yarn storage. And somebody was like, hey, do you want this? And I was like, let me come look at it. And I was like, yes, I do. So, and now it's got yarn in it, and I'm so excited. It's where I keep my commissioned yarn, which makes it so much easier when I'm like, oh, I need that yarn. Super easy to get to for me. I remember it's there because I'm a cricket. Like when I close the door, I remember everything that I have for the most part. If it has a home, I remember where all the homes for everything are. That's what I have to say. And it's made it, I have a clear bin on top of it for yarn, which has my cotton yarns, my sock yarns, some bamboo yarn, my new silk yarn. And it drives me crazy that it's clear. I'm like, can I put some kind of curtain around it or something? And I have a friend, she's in love with her clear bins. And I think that's so cool that we all have our different ways of doing things. I have 3 other bins in the closet that I know I'm like, that's for like projects or planned projects. That's for like sport weight yarn, and that's for, oh, it's sport weight and things like the fuzzy yarns, Chanel yarns, and then I have one that's like super saver type worsted weight yarns. And I know where everything is. It's just, that's how my brain works. Pretty cool, actually, when you think about it. That we all have ways our brains work, and when you know how to work with it. Okay, so other bags that I got. I got this. It's just one of those lunch bags. I thought it was kind of cool, and I was like looking at it. I'm like, do I get it? Because, excuse the noise, it's Velcro, and I'm like, do I really want Velcro where yarn can get caught on here? But what I found is there's actually the soft side of Velcro over there, so it's a little awkward to do. But I can kind of twist it around and hook it down, and then I can still, it kind of folds down a little bit so I can open it and use it. There, it's all folded neatly, and so I can open it and use it, and I've got another pair of socks in here, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna leave that open so I don't have to open it again. Now this one, so I got this. It says December, it's Christmas, and December is my favorite, Christmas is my favorite. The only thing I love more than Christmas, maybe, it's hard to tell which one I love more, is St. Patrick's Day. So I was really excited for it, and so I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to use it all year to put a Christmas project on. Right now, it's actually got commissioned yarn and needles and things in here. I figure it works. She's making them for her grandkids, for having me make them for her grandkids for Christmas. So until I actually get my own Christmas socks on things, this is my commission bag. And then the last bag I got, I have not actually figured out what to do with. It was really dirty, and I was nervous. I was like, do I get it? Do I don't get it? Because it was dirty, but I washed it up, and I'm in love. Cleaned up really well. And it's this bag. Even though it's just black polka dots, it screams ladybug. So it's my ladybug bag. It's got a nice pocket here. It is missing the thing here, which is probably why somebody got rid of it, but super easy to put something on there. I'm gonna even put one of my these things. Look, fancy YouTuber. Yeah, okay. It's got this little thing that's attached. It's like a coin purse thing. It's got a little pocket in here. It's got another pocket on this side that's like the Velcro pocket. Like, I'm like seriously thinking, the only thing I don't like for using it, okay, interrupting myself. I'm seriously considering using it for my purse. I love my purse. I made my purse. If I have a picture of it when it was first made, I will actually put it up somewhere. I love my purse, but it's not big enough. And this would be big enough. It would be almost the ideal size for me, except for the straps. I like crossover bags, so I'm trying to decide if I want to use this for a project bag or actually use it for like my bag I carry with me places. We'll see. So those were my acquired bags from the thrift store. I was really excited about them. Works in progress. I'm going to show you a picture of how my garden looks. I got new flowers. My aunts when they stopped in to visit my mom and grandparents' graves. My mom's buried right by her daughter, my sister, who died as a baby. So there's my sister, a couple uncles that also died as babies, and my grandparents, my mom, and another aunt who died suddenly on Valentine's Day a few years ago. They're all buried like really close by each other. So my aunts stopped by, and what they did was buy plants from like the kind that come in the little gardening things that you pull out and you plant them. So like the temporary pots that you seed them in and things like that. So, and then they told me that I could have them, that I could pick them up and have them. So I did, and I've planted them, and they were looking pretty sad. So hopefully, being in the ground and getting plenty of water, hopefully they will perk up and be alive. So we'll see, and I'm going to put pictures of the different things somewhere. Okay, so that's my garden and the new flowers. I have learned, one of my paper sack bags, I've learned about a new technique. Well, new to me technique. Some people call it Irish cottage knitting, and some people call it lever knitting. It's kind of bizarre to me. You take a longer knitting needle and you stick it under your armpit and you knit off of it. The person who teaches it, I can't remember her name, she's so fast at knitting. So fast. And it's really cool. And there's a way where you kind of hold it. It would be easier to show with smaller needles, but if you're doing like circular, you hold it between your thumb and things, and then you still use the same thing. And the idea is that you keep this one steady and still, and then you do most of you move the stitches on with this needle, and this one kind of just hand works like a lever. It's a little interesting. I've been trying it. I haven't decided if I feel like I want to keep using it. It's definitely a slower process. So as I'm learning with the thing, I've gotten so far. I'm just doing a dishcloth. This is does it have the label? This is sugars and cream scrub off. So it's got like scrubby stuff some places and regular cotton other places. So I'm using this, trying to, I skipped a couple days, but I'm trying to do like a row a day, just as I'm learning the process. As it gets faster, I might do more. We'll see. Every once in a while I try it with my socks. If I'm doing just straight stockinette, I will try it a little bit, see if just, the idea is when something's new, it's always going to be slower than for you, but it may get faster. It may help with carpal tunnel, to have different ways. I know sometimes that I get it. One thing people don't realize about carpal tunnel is that it's not just your wrist. Sometimes it's your wrist. Sometimes it's in your elbow. Sometimes it's in your shoulder. Sometimes it's in your neck. So when I've had carpal tunnel symptoms, for me, it's actually because I'm just like tensing up here, and it's causing inflammation in the nerves, and then it's down in my wrist that I feel it in my hands and stuff. But I do find sometimes changing how I hold the knitting needle, even if it's not as any faster, gives my hand a break to have more than one method to use. For people who are just as efficient in continental as they are in English style, they can switch back and forth. Continental drives me crazy. Everybody's like, oh, you're a crocheter, you should use that. No, it drives me crazy. It was stressful for me. So I use English and might use this lever one, which is, I don't know, it's Irish, I guess. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, so that's one of the things that I'm working on. Very slowly, is learning this new method and using that. I was working on alpaca socks. I loved the fabric. It was way different to use the yarn because it's just a very different texture I'm used to working with. And it was very slow because it's also very one color. And so I'm putting it off until like September. I just transferred it on to scrap yarn to hold off until, or did I put it on? I might have actually put it on smaller needles that I'll never use because I have a whole bunch of cheap needles that I'm like, I hate these needles. I bought them because I didn't know if I was actually going to enjoy knitting. And now I'm like, oh, that was a waste of money. I still have used them. I've broken some. They're just, yeah. So mostly right now I have Chalgu needles that I use when I can. Just saying. I started getting hot in here. When we have a kid turn on the air conditioning. So anyway, I put those on hold until like September or so. I want to try to get some of my commission socks out of the way before I put those back on. But I also would like to kind of have them for when the weather gets cold again. I think that would be really fun to have. There's a part of me that's also like, do I want to actually make socks or do I want to make mittens? So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what decision I make when I get there. Because I started to toe up, and so I've got the like roundedness, and I just would get to learn how to make a thumb, and yeah. Okay, so the alpaca's on hold. I have, let's do these ones. My first pair of commission socks. So they're for a local college colors. They are so stinking cute. And they're off the needles, and the edges are all sewed in, but they're not done yet. These are 100% cotton. I've had stress with these. I really have. So the goal is to have a Y. The local school is BYU. And to have their Y symbol right here on the thing. In case you didn't know, these are for a toddler. He'll be like 18 months at Christmas time. And the parents are huge BYU fans, so that's why she requested these ones. So I tried finding a way to actually knit the white in as I was going, the knit the white Y. But because I was only wanting to do it back and forth, I didn't want to do, I don't know, there's some weird, like Nimble Needles has a way of doing it, but I was like, no, I'm just not right now. That's too confusing for me. So after a few hours, I scrapped that. I'm just going to knit them all solid and then go back in and put the white in. So I have the white here and put the white in as a design. I tried yesterday and it just was too frustrated, so I just put them on hold. It's like I'm going to do it another day when I'm not feeling so stressed out. So I've tried doing where you loop it around. I'm going to research it again, see if there's something I'm doing. I kept losing the yarn, couldn't figure out how to get to the second row. It's been a while since I watched tutorials on it, so I'm going to watch tutorials again. But the goal is to get a Y on here, and I know it's possible, so we're going to see. And it might be that this yarn, this white, might be a little, it feels a little thinner than the others, but I don't know that I want to do it double. But I might need to do it double in order for it to actually show up on the sock. But anyway, these are pretty fun. The other thing that I get to do is I have the cotton, because these are 100% cotton, so they don't like, you can already tell, just turning the socks inside out and working on them, the edge here is really stretched out, and they don't bounce back because it's cotton. So I have elastic. I looked to see if I could reach my watermelon socks. I've been wearing them. Watermelon socks I took, and they were not stretching back as much as I wanted them to up at the top as well. So I put in this cotton in a few lines. It's an elastic cotton covered elastic that I put in so it stretches them in. And so I'm going to do the same thing to these. I tried, oh, I have this, I think it's in here. Well, it's not in here. I have the box for it. It says stitch elastic, knitting in elastic, 200 meters. I don't know. It's this, I ordered off of Amazon, but it is so thin, and it was doing nothing because I was trying to knit it in while I was doing the cuff, and I was like, wow, this is doing absolutely nothing. It's just too thin, too stretchy. It was just, it might be something to knit an entire sock with, so that most of it had knit, and then put the elastic stuff in the top where the cuff is, just to give it the cotton a little more elastic or something. I don't know. Oh, it's weird. So I've got that. One thing I do with this, because it's so big, is I take my little sock thing and I just put it right in here to kind of keep them together. So since I've got this, let's talk about this. Since I finished Edelweiss's, I went to my daughter's. My daughter's birthday is actually July 7th. But I like to finish my grandson's, and I'll be doing, so like in October. My son that lives with me, his birthday's October 9th. My son that is married, his birthday's October 23rd. I will do my son that's married's socks first, even though my 17-year-old's birthday comes first, because I don't know when we're actually getting together, and I don't know if the socks are going to take longer, and I want them to be done before we celebrate their birthdays. So even though Amy's birthday comes before Edelweiss's, I got Edelweiss's done first, so I know that they're done. The chances of having Amy's done even before her birthday are really high, but I didn't want to take the chance. So she was born on 7/7/7. Isn't that really cool? So she wants shorty socks. I had the hardest time starting with the cuff, but I am following a pattern that starts at the cuff. These are Crazy Sock Lady. Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. She's doing the summer camp that I'm a part of, and I've seen her patterns, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. I want to try them. So I bought the pattern. They are her heel-toe do-si-do socks. So I cast on, as she said, it's a, I don't want you to see the whole thing yet. It's a, can you tell how much I've done? It's got the, what is that called? It's the twisted rib. So where you knit into the back loop of the knit. So I've got that. Here's the back of the sock. So the back of the sock is straight up stockinette. This is how far I got last night. I'm really glad I got to the point where I needed to ask my daughter, a question. I needed to ask her if she wanted the heel to be blue, because I'm about ready to start the heel, and I was just knitting, and I was like, I need to go to bed. I want to knit this. I need to go to bed. So I got to the point where I needed to ask her a question. I was like, good, because I really need to go to bed. This stressed me out. I tried casting on in this, and it wasn't working. I tried casting on with the blue as a toe, and like that, I'll just do her pattern upside down and see how that turns out. It didn't work out, and I finally was like, oh, I'm gonna cast it in blue. Actually, I'm using a different stitch count than she said as well. Her pattern has 56, 64, and 72 as the stitch count around, and I did 60, so I just changed the pattern. I just had to change what I did on the end. So here's what I've got so far. I just love how it has a little up and down, does really cool things. I'm really excited to see how this yarn works out. how it looks really cool in the back here. So it's going to be really fun. My daughter's favorite color is blue. So yeah, all I had to do was take one stitch off of the end outside of each of those to get 60 versus 64 stitches. It works because 2 of the stitches come off the back as well, which is just straight stockinette. So I only had to take 2 off the pattern. So I work 2 at a time socks because I know, even though I have so many socks to do, I know I will get second sock syndrome. But these so far have been really fun, trying to see if I can memorize the pattern going across. I almost do. I still have to look. When I get to a point where I don't have to look, these will be an easy take with me to work different places socks. So I'm excited for that. All of my cotton socks yarn that I've been using comes from the Hobie sock haul that I'll show you about later when I make that video. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for these socks. These are being done on 9-inch circular needles. I have them in their own baggie inside here. Oh, there's where my other pair of glasses went. They're in here. So I have been doing these for my son, who is going to be 13 in August. And these are creepers from Minecraft. He's a Minecraft fan. So I'm doing creepers, stripes, creepers. I'm thinking it will be stripes. And he wants shorty socks, so there may not be any creepers above the heel, which might be good. The way I'm doing this is actually like, what they call it? Twined knitting. I'm doing it more like twined knitting, so it's twists between every stitch. So it doesn't have the floats. I'm actually kind of liking it, and his foot is the same size as my foot. So I've kind of been trying them on as I go. So we've got that one. That's to there. It looks like the bottom row of his eyes is there. And this one, I've got above his eyes, so you can see his eyes fully. I've got one more row of the green to do before I do the blocks and start the stripes on this. So I'm really excited about these. These have been really fun. My own creativity has come into play for these. You know, I've been knitting or crocheting for 40 years. Made my own patterns there. Remember making my patterns pretty young. Just doing different things. Not really patterns I wrote down, but doing different things. So of course, when I get to knitting, I'm like, oh, well, you think I'm not going to try making my own patterns before I even know anything about knitting? So this has been really fun to figure out and do. And because it goes, this one here I can do because lighting, the creepers go all the way around. So I can do the colors in. And honestly, I've never really done color work before, but I was kind of thinking I don't like it when I have socks, like even purchased socks, that have all the floats and I put my feet in and they get stuck on it or whatever. I don't like that, so I wanted a method that didn't do floats. And so I Googled and I watched video and I watched video and I watched video. And I finally found this one person who did it. And then after that, I found another video by Carlos and Arne. How do you say it? Arne and Carlos? I don't know their channel name. I found a video by them that talked about this traditional twined method that they have and where they come from. And it's really weird watching the Arne guy. How did they say his name? It's really weird watching him because I don't remember where he's from, but my great grandmother was from Switzerland and her husband was from Holland, and so they've got some of that that part of Europe features, and watching this Arna guy, it's like seeing my dad's family right there. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Like, you can tell that they're from similar parts of the world because of how much he looks like he could just fit in with my Duval family. It's crazy. So it's kind of weird watching them for that reason. But they talked about the twined method as well, so it was really cool. So I found this information, so got that. My sweater, I have done nothing on my sweater. And I'm so focused on socks right now, I don't know if I will. It's kind of a t-shirt sweater. So I've done nothing on that one for a while. We'll see what happens. And talked about my plans for the thing. I have not done my gnome for June yet. I need to do my gnome this week. And it's for my granddaughter. And I will show you the colors that I picked. So I have this color that I'm going to do for the body. I don't even have a sleeve for it, but it's a cotton. It would be either the peaches and cream or sugar and cream, whatever. Whichever place I got it from. Might have gotten it from Walmart. I don't know. And then I have this one that I also don't know. And it's like a rainbowy cotton. And so that's the hat, the body and the hat. And then of course I have my beard / hair color and my nose color. So the plan for this, so my cute granddaughter, almost always, unless she does allow for the hair thing, she's gonna be 4. She almost always has hair in her face. Her mom refuses to give her bangs because she hated her bangs when she was growing up. Adel's personality is completely different. Adel would probably rock bangs like crazy, but different personalities and different things that look good on people, and her mom is just kind of traumatized from her bangs, so doesn't want to do it. I had different types of bangs growing up depending on different periods, and I was like, I don't care. My kids won't keep anything in their hair. Chop it off. It's only going to be for a couple years, then it will grow out, and they'll be fine. Different strokes for different folks, right? So what I want to figure out, this was my daughter's idea, was to have the gnome actually have hair that came down in front of its face, because so often Adel's hair is hanging in front of her face, and we think that would be really cute to have a gnome with Adel hair. So that's the plan. And then the other thing is another sewing project, because hello, I have bought fabric last year. Last year I made her a cute little circle skirt. Got a t-shirt, a white t-shirt, and then appliqued a heart with the same fabric that for the little circle skirt. And found little sunglasses at the Dollar Tree that matched the outfit. It was just super cute. So I gave her this little outfit, but I also bought some other fabric that it's kind of a galaxy thing, and then it has like the tutu thing. My granddaughter is so in love with the tutu concept, and so they get her the little tutus, and she wears a leotard and tutu, sometimes tights. She has little shoes that she wears that are like the Mary Janes with the strap, so they're ballet flaps that have the strap, and they're her ballet shoes, and she's just so excited. So I have tulle, and I have this galaxy fabric, and I'm going to make her a circle skirt. So I need to get that done before her birthday. So got that in the works too. So a gnome, circle skirt. I've already got her socks done. That's it for Adel. That's it for plans. So many things going on. Try not to get stressed out. Along with the commission socks, there was a total of 8 pairs of socks to make. but one of them is for a newborn. That's what I'm going to make as soon as I figure out how to do these Ys. I'm going to make the newborn socks, and I'm so excited. They're going to be so tiny. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing we're going to talk about is editing. So I don't know how many people know this, but YouTube kind of makes its own subtitles. But everything's in lowercase, and sometimes it hears your words wrong, and it's pretty crazy. They're not bad. Definitely pick up what I say a lot better than most things. My goal is, I've done this for some of my videos, is that my tutorials, my goal is to go through and actually edit the closed captioning. If I have a 45-minute video, which last week's was, sorry. If I have a 45-minute video, then the editing of that closed captioning does not take 45 minutes. It takes me so long to go through, edit everything, put it into sentences, decide if it's actually in the right place on the recording, make sure that they actually picked up stuff, using the brackets to explain noises they don't hear if you're deaf, because, yeah. And because I did learn sign language, hello my friends, I do know a little bit of sign language, and I studied some deaf culture, deaf history. I was highly involved in the deaf community for a couple of years in Salt Lake. So it's important to me. It's important to me that those who are hard of hearing or deaf actually can partake of my videos. But it takes so long. So for creative expressions, my goal is to look through all of the videos, not necessarily correct things, not necessarily go in and fix the I's to be capital, not put in, but to listen to make sure that they didn't put words in that I didn't say, kind of edit the words so it's the proper word. Like when I say ribbing, sometimes YouTube thinks I say rubbing. Tinking, they put as tanking, things like that. So I want to go through and check that the words are actually the words I said and not something else. But otherwise, for creative expressions videos, I'm not going to do the editing. Maybe one day I will be able to hire somebody to do that, and that would be so awesome. So incredibly awesome. But my goal is for all of my tutorials to actually go through and edit them. I still have, I think, 2 that I need to go back through and do the editing. So, excuse me. But that's been stressful. So that takes, like, editing my tutorial videos takes a long time anyway. This one's not going to be a big deal. It's making sure I put the pictures in, maybe adding a few words on the screen, blah, blah, blah. And cutting things out, like when my son came in to talk to me, I'll just cut that all out. Things like that. And it's a fairly easy edit. But for my tutorials, it's like, I did this video here and this video here, and it's crazy. It takes a lot to put them all together in the right order and edit everything out. And so those ones actually take a long time to edit. And then those are the ones that I'm editing my closed caption. So my goal, also my other goal, is to actually get ahead in my videos, which I'm not. I'm hoping that I can record 2 videos next week so that I can get ahead, and then 2 videos the next week, and a video and creative expressions in the same week, so that I can kind of get a few ahead, so that's not quite as stressful. So that's kind of my other thing. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the holidays. I don't know how many of you realize this, but we're kind of in this little strange little pocket here in the United States of holidays. Oh, and I didn't even write one down because I know nothing about it except for ask somebody what it was. My banks are closed on Monday, I think it is. Yes, they're closed on Monday for Juneteenth. I honestly don't know what it is, but when I asked them at the bank, they said something about into the Civil War or I have no clue. So there's now this holiday that I don't know about called Juneteenth. Not sure what it is. We just had Memorial Day a couple of weeks ago. That was such a hard day for me. Yeah. I missed my mom. So it was a hard day. Anyway, so we had Memorial Day, which, most of what that's about is really honoring the military, right? The military that has passed. My dad technically was a veteran, but I never talked to him, so I don't even know where he lives right now. It's a pretty crazy situation there. My brother was in the Navy, so it's a day to honor them, but also honor those who've passed. But it's also become the day that we put flowers for everybody's graves. But it was kind of a military, so we kind of think flags and obviously poppies, because it's the whole poppy thing. June 14th is Flag Day. Some people know that, some people don't. So June 14th is Flag Day. Oh, I was going to put on my earrings. I didn't. I have red, white, and blue stars earrings. So we just had Memorial Day. We have this Flag Day. I have no clue what Juneteenth is, but I don't know. On the 25th is Armed Forces Day. I had no clue. One of the things that I got, let me show you. I got a bunch of stickers. And so some of the holidays in here, I was like, what is this? Like, this is July. Obviously, we've got July 4th. We've got Ice Cream Day. July 17th is Ice Cream Day. I don't know if that's just U.S. or where it is. I like this. My daughter gave us it. It says, I just want to listen to Christmas music and drink hot cocoa. I thought it would be really cute to put in July because, Christmas in July. Which is funny because June 25th is actually the halfway. But, and then July 29th is Lipstick Day. July 30th is Friendship Day. So I got these different stickers, and so I was looking them up. What's August got? All I have in August is back to school stuff. September has stuff. September has Labor Day and Patriots Day. Patriot Day was not, that was a no-brainer holiday. Like, I don't know what Juneteenth is, but Patriot Day makes sense. I remember 9/11, right? I think even my oldest son remembers 9/11. In October, we have Apple Day. In November, there's Daylight Savings and Thanksgiving. There wasn't really anything in then. I didn't. And so then June. Let's look at June really quick. I actually put these on my holiday. June is crazy. Okay. So, I need to remember this for my daughter. She loves sushi. Saturday, which is tomorrow, it will have been the day, 2 days before you watch this, if you watch it on Monday. But Saturday the 18th is Sushi Day. Yeah. The 25th is Armed Forces Day. The 3rd was Donut Day. People know about that one because, like, a lot of places will give away free donuts. We have the summer solstice on the 21st, Father's Day on the 19th, which is also the day before this comes out. So I found out about Armed Forces Day. So we just had Memorial Day. We've just had Flag Day. We're having Armed Forces Day, and then, which is June 25th, and then July 4th is Independence Day. So we have all of these military U.S. flag-based holidays really close together. And have I decorated at all? No. Which is really sad because my mom has a vase and I will put a picture of it. She made it when she was in college and it was never out while we lived. Like, she hid it away, partly because of the kids, and then I think it just got forgotten about as the kids got older. But that's one of the things I pulled out when she passed away. It was like, I decorate it. And when I'm on the ball, I remember to change the flowers out in it for the seasons. So I'll probably put, if I have a picture of it with 4th of July flowers in it, I'll probably put that one up. Or maybe I'll put up multiples of what I've done over the time. So I'm really excited about that vase, and I need to get it decorated. I did put some stuff outside that I got from the Dollar Tree, which will be in my flower picture. So, all right. I have no clue how long this is going to be because I can't go by that time because I spent some of that talking to kids. Anyway, I love doing creative expression videos. I really do. I guess they kind of fall into the knitting podcast idea, maybe. Anyway. So that's it for today. I'll see you next time I do a creative expressions, which is every 3 weeks is creative expression. Tutorials on the weeks in between, and yarn hauls just show up wherever they do. They aren't on a specific day. I usually try to put videos out on Mondays. And yeah, tell me what you're working on. I want to know. What have you finished? What are you planning? What's going on? And it doesn't have to be a fiber art. It doesn't have to be anything that I even have done before. I want to know what you're working on. What are you creating? Remember to let your light shine through your creations, and I'll see you guys next time.